Good morning, students. Our today's topic is amplification of gene of interest using PCR. Here, PCR stands for polymerase chain reaction. In this reaction, multiple copies of gene or DNA of interest is synthesized in vitro using two sets of primers. What are the primers? These are the small chemically synthesized oligonucleotides that are complementary to the regions of DNA, and the enzyme DNA polymerase is used in this. So, what is polymerase chain reaction? Polymerase means in this multiple copies of gene of interest is made. The gene or the part of DNA which we want, the many copies of that DNA is formed in PCR technique. So this technique occurs under three headings. First is denaturation, second is annealing, and third is extension. So first part is denaturation. Denaturation means under high temperature the two strands of DNA are separated. They separate out. Under high temperature the two strands of DNA they separate. So during denaturation process the two strands of DNA separates. Next is this denaturation is done at around 94 degrees centigrade to 96 degrees centigrade. At such high temperature this denaturation occurs. Next is annealing. Annealing means joining. In this a primer is joined. So what is primer? Primer is a chemically synthesized oligonucleotide. एक छोटी सी सीक्वेंस है जो कि लैब में तैयार की गई है और वो कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री है अपने डीएनए के. जो हमारे पास डीएनए टेम्पलेट है उसका एक कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री हम एक छोटा सेगमेंट लैब में तैयार कर लेते हैं और उसे ज्वाइन करवा लेते हैं अपने डीएनए टेम्पलेट जो हमारे पास हमने बेस में एक रखा है डीएनए. इस प्रोसेस को कहते हैं एनलिंग. एनलिंग मीन्स ज्वाइनिंग. Annealing is done at 40 to 60 degrees centigrade. So when in this the temperature is slightly lower than denaturation. In denaturation 94 degrees centigrade and in annealing 40 to 60 degrees centigrade. Purpose is to enable the DNA primer to attach to DNA template so that जो प्राइमर हमने बनाया है वो डीएनए टेम्पलेट के साथ में ज्वाइन हो जाए. यहाँ पे हम टेम्परेचर डीनेचुरेशन से कम कर लेते हैं, 40 to 60 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड कर ले रहे हैं ताकि प्राइमर डीएनए टेम्पलेट के साथ में ज्वाइन हो जाए. नेक्स्ट इज एक्सटेंशन. एक्सटेंशन क्या है? हमें इसे लंबा करना है. उस डीएनए की जो प्राइमर लिया है उसको फुल एक्सटेंड करना है. उसकी पूरा कंप्लीट डीएनए की एक और स्ट्रैंड बना लेना है. तो दिस एक्सटेंशन इज यूजली डन एट 74 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. सो इन एक्सटेंशन टेम्परेचर इज रेज्ड and a new strand of DNA is made by the Taq polymerase enzyme. Taq means word comes from thermal aquatus. In this thermus aquatus, this is an enzyme which is obtained from a bacteria which can tolerate even high temperature, because otherwise other enzymes can denature at high temperature. So here Taq polymerase enzyme is used in this process. The Taq polymerase enzyme has the ability to tolerate the high temperature also. It will not denature easily. It remains active during the high temperature. So in this way many copies can be obtained from the small segment of DNA. So this is the purpose of amplification. Amplification means इंक्रीजिंग, एम्पलीफाई कर देना, इंक्रीज कर लेना. पॉलीमरेज चेन रिएक्शन के थ्रू एक स्मॉल डीएनए सेगमेंट की बहुत सी कॉपीज बना लेना, दैट इज पीसीआर, पॉलीमरेज चेन रिएक्शन. इसमें हमने क्या किया? फर्स्ट स्टेप डीनेचरेशन किया, सेकंड एनेलिंग किया, उसमें प्राइमर्स को ऐड किया, एंड इन द थर्ड एक्सटेंशन किया पॉलीमरेज एंजाइम को यूज़ करते हुए, उसको एक्सटेंड किया उस डीएनए सेगमेंट को, डीएनए टेम्पलेट हमारे पास है उसको बेस मानते हुए एक्सटेंशन किया, उसके लिए हमें न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स रिक्वायर्ड हैं. So next is the enzyme extends the primers using the nucleotides provided in the reaction and the genomic DNA as template. डीएनए पॉलीमरेज जो एंजाइम है वो उसको एक्सटेंशन करेगा और न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स को यूज़ करेगा. न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स को यूज़ करते हुए वो एक डीएनए की पूरी कॉपी बना लेगा. इफ़ द प्रोसेस ऑफ रेप्लिकेशन ऑफ डीएनए इज रिपीटेड मेनी टाइम्स, the segment of DNA can be amplified to approximately billion times. That is 1 billion copies are made. Under this process, we can make the billion copies of that fragment of DNA. Such repeated amplification is achieved by the use of thermostable DNA polymerase, as I have already told, Taq polymerase, that is isolated from a bacterium Thermus aquaticus, which remains active during the high temperature, induced denaturation of double-stranded DNA. Otherwise, under high temperature, denaturation can occur, but this Thermus aquaticus can tolerate the high temperature. The amplified fragment, if desired, can now be used to ligate with the vector for further cloning. The part which we have amplified, that small segment we can use to ligate to the other vector also for the cloning purpose. Next is insertion of recombinant DNA into the host cell or organism. There are several methods of introducing the ligated DNA into recipient cells. Recipient cells, after making them competent to receive, take up DNA present in its surroundings. अब हमने जिस सेल के अंदर रिकॉम्बिनेंट डीएनए ऐड करना है उस सेल को हम कॉम्पिटेंट बना लेते हैं ताकि उसमें सराउंडिंग रिकॉम्बिनेंट डीएनए एंटर कर पाए. So if a recombinant DNA bearing gene for resistance to an antibiotic, for example ampicillin, is transferred into E. coli cells, the host cells become transformed into ampicillin resistant cells. अगर हम E. coli में एंटीबायोटिक रेजिस्टेंस जीन ऐड कर दें तो वो सेल E. coli का एंटीबायोटिक रेजिस्टेंट हो जाएगा. अब हम उन सेल्स को अगर प्लेट पे ट्रांसफ़र कर देंगे जिसमें कि एम्पिसिलिन है. इफ़ वी स्प्रेड द ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड सेल्स ऑन अगर प्लेट कंटेनिंग एम्पिसिलिन, अगर प्लेट इस एक मीडियम है जिस पे ट्रांसफ़र कर देंगे, ओनली ट्रांसफॉर्मेंट्स विल ग्रो. जिनमें के रेजिस्टेंस का जीन आ चुका है ई कोलाई के, उस मीडियम में सिर्फ वही ई कोलाई ग्रो करेगा. अनट्रांसफॉर्म्ड रिसिपिएंट सेल विल डाई बिकॉज उनमें वो रेजिस्टेंस पावर नहीं है. सिंस ड्यू टू एम्पिसिलिन रेजिस्टेंस जीन, one is able to select a transformed cell in the presence of ampicillin. The ampicillin resistance gene in this case is called a selectable marker. यहाँ एम्पिसिलिन डिस्टिंग्विश कर रही है ई कोलाई के सेल को कौन सा ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड है और कौन सा नॉन ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड है. जो ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड हैं वो एम्पिसिलिन कंटेनिंग मीडियम में सर्वाइव कर जाएंगे और जो अनट्रांसफॉर्म्ड हैं दे विल डाई. So here ampicillin act as a selectable marker. Obtaining the foreign gene product. When we insert a piece of alien DNA into a cloning vector and transfer it into a bacterial, plant or animal cell, the alien DNA gets multiplied. When the host multiplies its DNA, the alien DNA also gets multiplied in the host cell. In almost all recombinant technologies, the ultimate aim is to produce a desired protein. हम चाह रहे हैं जो प्रोटीन हमने एलियन डीएनए जो डाला उससे हम जो डिज़ायर्ड प्रोटीन्स चाह रहे हैं वही हमारा एम है उस एलियन डीएनए को होस्ट में ट्रांसफ़र करने का. Hence, there is a need for the recombinant DNA to be expressed. हम चाह रहे हैं कि वो रिकॉम्बिनेंट डीएनए अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करे जाकर होस्ट सेल में और डिज़ायर्ड प्रोटीन्स बनाए. The foreign genes get expressed under appropriate conditions. After having cloned the gene of interest and having optimized the conditions to induce the expression of the target protein, one has to consider producing it on a large scale. उस जीन ऑफ इंटरेस्ट को होस्ट में डालने के बाद हम चाह रहे हैं कि वो टारगेट प्रोटीन लार्ज क्वांटिटी में प्रोड्यूस करे. कैन यू थिंक ऑफ एनी रीज़न वाई देयर इज़ अ नीड फॉर लार्ज स्केल प्रोडक्शन? हम लार्ज स्केल प्रोडक्शन क्यों चाहते हैं? सो दैट इट कैन फुलफिल द डिमांड्स ऑफ ऑल मैन काइंड. वो हम सबकी नीड्स को, जो प्रोटीन की नीड्स हैं, उसको पूरा कर सकें. If any protein encoding gene is expressed in a heterologous host, expressed means जब कोई जीन डालते हैं किसी होस्ट सेल में तो वो अपने आप को ट्रांसलेट करे और एक प्रोटीन बनाए, तो उसको बोलेंगे एक्सप्रेस्ड. जीन इज एक्सप्रेस्ड मीन्स द जीन ट्रांसलेट टू प्रोड्यूस proteins. In a heterologous host, it is called recombinant protein. Recombinant proteins are made from cloned DNA, जो कि हमने DNA बाहर से डाला था. DNA sequences which codes for an enzyme or protein with known function. They are made artificially. So recombinant proteins are some DNA which we add inside the host, and they produce the desired enzymes or proteins with the known function. The cells harboring cloned genes, harboring means the cells in which that DNA is present or that gene is present. The cloned gene of interest may be grown on a small scale in a laboratory. They can be grown in a laboratory. The cultures may be used for extracting the desired proteins and then purifying it by using different separation techniques. The culture, the protein which is produced, then is purified and using different techniques. The cells can also be multiplied in a continuous culture system wherein the used medium is drained out from one side while fresh medium is added from the other to maintain the cells in their physically most active और एक्सपोनेंशियल फेज. इन सेपरेटर्स में एक साइड में न्यू मटेरियल ऐड कर रहे हैं और यूज्ड वन को मटेरियल को निकाल रहे हैं ताकि जो भी कल्चर हो रहा है वो सब एक्टिवली वर्क कर सके और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्रोडक्टिविटी दे सके. दिस टाइप ऑफ कल्चरिंग मेथड प्रोड्यूसेस अ लार्ज बायोमास leading to higher yields of desired proteins. In this way, we can get the large quantity of desired proteins. Small volume cultures cannot yield appreciable quantity of products. To produce in large quantities, the development of bioreactors where large volume 100 to 1000 liters of culture can be processed was required. So what are bioreactors? Bioreactors can be thought of as vessels. They are the vessels in which raw materials are biologically converted into specific products. These are the vessels in which biological raw materials is converted into some specific products or enzymes, etc. using microbial plant, animal or human cell. A bioreactor provides the optimal conditions for achieving the desired product by providing optimum growth conditions. Optimum condition means temperature, optimum temperature, optimum pH, optimum substrate, salt, vitamins, oxygen, etc. The most commonly used bioreactors are stirring type and sparged stirring type bioreactors. Why the name sparged given? In the sparged stirring stirred tank bioreactor, sterile air bubbles are sparged, are sprayed. So these two reactors are in your syllabus. Very important diagrams. Learn the labeling of this diagram. So the question can be asked about the labeling. Label these parts. What is this? And label the part and what is the function. A stirred tank reactor is usually cylindrical or with a curved base to facilitate the mixing of reactor contents. Here the base is cylindrical so that the contents can be mixed properly inside the reactor. The stirrer facilities even mixing and oxygen availability throughout the bioreactor. Inside the stirring facility is available which mixes the oxygen properly. Alternatively, air can be bubbled through the reactor. In the case of sparged stirred tank, the air is bubbled into the reactor. If you look at the figure closely, you will see that bioreactor has an agitator system, an oxygen delivery system, and a foam control system, a temperature control system, pH control system, and a sampling ports so that small volumes of the culture can be withdrawn periodically. Downstream processing. The process includes separation and purification, collectively known as downstream processing. So, after completion of the biosynthetic stage, that is, after the production of proteins, the product has to be subjected through a series of processes before it is ready for marketing as a finished product. So, this includes separation and purification, combined collectively known as downstreaming processing. The product has to be formulated with suitable preservatives. Some preservative is added in that protein or enzyme. Such formulation has to undergo through clinical trials as in case of drugs. Strict quality control testing for each product is also required. The downstream processing and quality control testing vary from product to product. In this, important is downstream processing definition. I hope this is clear. With this chapter is complete. Next time we will start with the next chapter, that is biotechnology and its applications. Thank you.